Right, hi guys, welcome to the video. So this is going to be a video about removing or blocking, more importantly, those rogue raspberry runners that seem to take over everywhere. So starting off in the greenhouse purely because the audio is better and my microphone is playing up. Shortly we'll go outside and I'll show you the problem. So two things we're going to need for today is a normal garden spade. If you do have one of those thin long spades that are used for digging fence posts and things like that, that would be ideal. If you don't, you'll have to use a normal spade and potentially one of these, which is a mini matic. I'm always banging on about these, so versatile, and I love them. I will pop a link below if you want to check them out. So basically I'll show you the raspberry bed where I want my raspberries to stay, and I'll show you the rogue ones that are popping up in other beds which I don't want. Now, raspberry canes are notorious for spreading. They send the roots down roughly 6 inches or so, and then they just spread, and little ones will pop up along that the root line. So let's go and see what I'm on about. Okay, so you can see my raspberry bed here. It's starting to grow quite nicely, but I want to contain them there. Now forget about the black plastic, I'm going to deal with that at a later date, but what they're doing, they're sending runners underneath the path there and they're popping out here. So you can see I've got a few rogue ones dotted about, and they'll continue to come up in this bed, and what we need to do, we need to put a stop to it. So yeah, so not good. Within a few years, you know, a raspberry bed like that will spread and can take over, you know, pretty much your whole allotment if you let it. So we've got to nip it in the bud straight away, and this method is known as the trench method, and it consists of digging a little trench around your bed. So when those roots come through, you'll see the root and just keep chopping them off. That way they don't spread into other beds. So how do we do it? Let's go and show you. Okay, so I've started off just by sliding the spade in and literally pushing the soil back just to create a little gap which is maybe 2 inches wide. And already you can see just by doing that we've exposed a few roots and we've chopped them off, which is good. But you can see just how many will potentially come through. The width of the trench is optional to you. I don't want it too wide, so I'm just going along and just spading a little bit of the soil out, leaving the width of the trench around 4 or 5 inches, and that's what you're left with. And this is where this little tool comes in really useful. So I'm going down an extra couple of inches and neatening the trench as I go, and with my hands just getting rid of the loose soil there. So I'll continue in this similar vein throughout the trench, and then you're left with something quite neat and effective. And then literally all you do is go along the trench. When you see a root with your secateurs, just snip it off. So one last thing before you go. So that was the cheap and cheerful method. That looks a little bit messy. You don't particularly want trenches all around your allotment. Well, I don't anyway. So what I want to point you in the direction of is raspberry root barriers. Now these are good for bamboo as well, because bamboo is horrible for taking over your garden unless they're in pots. But these root barriers obviously can go deep into the ground, and then you can just backfill the trench and it looks a hell of a lot neater. So if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. I've got loads of videos for you that you'll like, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.